So our first award will go to Dr. Tracy Newman. This is a NDAAP Special Achievement Award for advocacy and leadership in school health and during the COVID-19 pandemic. As an elected member of the Fargo School Board during the COVID-19 pandemic, Dr. Newman was able to advise the school board on health-related issues, inform, educate, and translate constantly updated research and recommendations from the CDC, American Academy of Pediatrics. We know that we know that advocacy during the pandemic has been really politically charged, and that advocating for what we know to be right, like at any time in history, does not offer us protection from prosecution or attack. And we applaud your courage and leadership and stand with you as an organization. Dr. Newman, I don't know, everyone, please, I invite you to show your faces and to join us in this interactive part of the meeting. But I just want to congratulate you and thank you for your work.
Well, thank you so much. I'm driving right now, so I won't turn my video on, but I appreciate this recognition and I appreciate everything this chapter does. So I'd love to stay involved.
Thanks so much, Dr. Newman. Our next award goes to Dr. Grant Severson. This is also an NDAAP Special Achievement Award for advocacy and leadership in the COVID-19 pandemic. Recently appointed the legislative champion for NDAAP this legislative session, Dr. Severson has been instrumental in making connections between NDAAP and pediatricians in Fargo through leading meet and greets with pediatricians, persistence in advocating for COVID with writing letters on behalf of NDAAP with Dr. Moriello and Dr. McDonough, and continues to be a driving force in the work we are doing with COVID-19 and legislative advocacy overall. So thank you so much, Dr. Severson. I don't know if you're driving too, but we really appreciate and applaud you.
Thank you very much. I wasn't expecting this, so I'm really touched by being recognized, and I just really want to recognize everybody else who's been helping. And this week was a testament to how much impact we can have just looking at the legislature and the impact testifying and writing letters and everything like that can do for the state of North Dakota and for our patients. So thank you.
This is Steve McDonough. Can I say something?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so the letter that Grant and Cliff organized saved hundreds of lives. And in November, we were averaging 16.5 deaths a day in our state. And then 2 months later, after the mandate, we're averaging about 2 deaths a day. And then Dr. Newman was instrumental in taking the letter that Grant had put together along with others, and Dr. Anderson had sent to the Bismarck Tribune. And she took that to the Fargo Board of Health, and they were the first Board of Health, I believe, in the state to ask for a mask mandates everywhere, basically. And those two efforts, the letter and the action of the Board of Health, helped the Fargo mayor be the first mayor in the state to have a mask mandate. And that's when the tide turned. It took about a month later for the peak of the pandemic to start to fall. But the action that those two and others did, Dr. Anderson and Clifford and all the pediatricians who signed off on that letter, you guys saved hundreds of lives. They weren't mainly children. They were, mainly the elderly, but you guys took action when no one else had the courage to do that. And you are to be commended for that, so.
Thanks, Dr. McDonough. And finally, we'd like to present you, Dr. McDonough, with the NDAAP Lifetime Achievement Award. So Dr. McDonough has been a pediatrician in North Dakota for over 40 years. His work has included 15 years at the Department of Health, having contributed to important public health legislation around smoking and HIV. He was appointed to the Obama administration task force on obesity. He has been a staunch advocate for children and families in North Dakota, a dedicated mentor to pediatricians as we continue to build our clinical and advocacy skills, and he has played a huge role in changing the course of COVID-19 in North Dakota. Thank you so much, Dr. McDonough, for all your work, just leading us, mentoring us, teaching us. And I was going to show a video here, but I think it's really challenging to pull up. I haven't even mentioned all the work that he's done with his patients, and what an outpouring of warmth that they have extended since he has just retired last month. And so thank you for all of the work that you do. We look forward to all the continued work that you're doing.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. And it's been great working with all you guys and gals this year and past years.